imagined power, except they do have a pocketbook that they can add some funds to. With a lot of the mayors and some of the councilmen like to do reading programs. Well, we got a lot of groups in the community that do the program. We don't want them necessarily doing the low-hanging fruit, because they're not going to get everybody in their district in the reading program. Support the reading programs that exist in the community. Build up more. Get people. Let the people in your community, mayors and council people, do some work. You support them with some of that money that comes in to fund the organizations in the community. You know, don't keep it for yourself. Don't walk around like it's your pocket money that you can get people who you want to give it to because you want them to keep voting for you. No, do what's right that is right to be done for the whole good of all of us, and quit creating these little bastions of, well, I got this and I'll do that. We got organizations scared to speak because the politicals play this power game where if you say something they don't like, they withhold the money, they sidetrack you and stuff. Let's stop that crap. And everybody know it. And people in the community, those who think they so much tighter with the electeds because they did so much work, cut that crap out. All of us have a role with whoever gets elected.
So what's up with the president talking about shutting down the Board of Education?
Well, see, and we know they're going to do it. But see, here's the panic should not be with us.
Right.
Remember, there was a time when we weren't allowed to learn how to read. What they do? They get in the bottom somewhere, high somewhere in the fields in the tent, and teach each other. We should be teaching each other.
Right.
And until we get strong enough to be the force to make the system have in place what we need in our community. The reason it's not there is the people haven't been working together. I live on this side. I live on that side. The city is for all of us. And if you playing the color game about what color a person is, stop that crap. You don't even know what your ancestors look like, and you don't know how much of your ancestors been intertwined. Don't nobody know. All we know is we are part of humanity, and we should be working to make a city and things in the city work for us all. We're gonna get there. It's a change. We're gonna get there. Believe me. But people, we got to get better in our behavior. When we better, politicians won't rope-a-dope us and won't yo-yo us. When they see that we're sensible and mean business, they'll do business because we'll be electing the right ones, won't we, community?
So I before we we probably breaking a few, but I want to get some kudos out to Nate Boyd. Nate Boyd has been exposing potholes in the city of Buffalo like crazy. I mean, his Facebook fans is on the air and things are happening. And it seems like they were talking about that at the forum, but no one came up with no solutions. I know in Niagara Falls, Mr. Anderson, they bought a machine one time, a truck that poured hot, asphalt in there, and it sealed better. Here in Buffalo, they laying it down and they rolling it over with the truck, and then the hole's gonna be right back there. And so we have a lot of potholes in the city of Buffalo going on right now, and not just potholes. If you go down Main Street, it's 12. Some of these streets are state-owned streets; they're not city-owned. So certain things got to be happening in politics or wherever they want to call it to get the repairs done. So Nate Boyd has been exposing that. It seems like when he exposed it, they come out and fix the hole instead of them just riding around. I know they're riding in the same cars we're riding in, and they ducking the same potholes we're ducking. Why not call it? Why do we have to call it in? Or even if you got a flat tire, you know how long it's going to take for you to get your money? Or you got a wheel alignment, you know how long it's going to take for you to get your money? It's going to be a long, drawn-out process before you get it done.
And somebody got to report the pothole.
Right.
Because if the pothole hasn't been reported, as far as they're going to act like, oh, we're just hearing about it, so we have to get a chance to fix it. And this is important, people. Don't slack up on calling that 311, or if you have to call your council person, call it in. I'd rather see them with a whole pad full of complaints that they didn't resolve than to suck around and them say, well, nobody called us. because we need to turn the fire up on those who represent us, who are already in the arena. They should, some of those council meetings we should be seeing should have them raising Cain about pothole. And if they're not raising Cain, should have them explaining why is it so bad? Do we not have the money? What is it? People are guessing. You know, look at all the, when we had the snow, the days we went without it being sorted. And they're like, good thing, I don't know how much bad happened, but it's a good thing no real serious stuff happened. But, you know, you can't pull that by people. We know when snow hasn't been sorted to deal with the ice, and you don't say nothing until days later and say, well, we're shortage, we're hard getting. No, you got to be out in front of this. This is what we raise leaders up to, be out in front, to let the people know who elected them, what's coming, what's not coming, what's in play and what's not in play. They're not doing a good job. They walk around like they supposed to be idolized, and they haven't done nothing. Look, some just got in there maybe almost a year.
That's it. And
that's all they've been in there. I mean, we've already seen with one get in there and make decisions that counter the community. And then, you know, don't get no static. They think they're okay. A lot of them think they're untouchable. But people, until we show them we're not playing, and that don't mean cussing them out. That don't mean calling them names. That don't mean coming up with some wild question because you're trying to stump them. No, it means asking them the things that are necessary, that need to be done, that haven't been done, and expecting an answer from them. It'll be interesting when candidates will come into a room, even with a minor question, be able to expound on across the issue area of what we're dealing with, whether it's housing, whether it's education, whether it's jobs for real. No more shucking and jiving. Oh, it's going to be good for us with the stadium. We got a deal. Yeah, crooked deal, slick deal, tricky deal. Anyway, don't let me fuss.
No, I think it's true. It's what we talk about is the clarity aspect, and even reflected in the forum, like we were just talking about. There's too much time. I don't want to hear the fancy answer. I want you to give me a clear, concise answer. And honestly, I think the most refreshing thing a politician could do, I've never heard, is if you don't know, just say I don't know. Say I don't know. I don't know that one. I don't have an answer.
Ryan did the 2-minute thing. He said my time is up or something.
Yeah, I think over a council member White, I think was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna. But yeah. I know we do have a caller, so caller, you should be on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. I am concerned about the pothole issue. I'm concerned about some of the points that Brother Anderson made with respect to the necessity for us to act in a certain manner or to produce our complaints in a form that is, let's say, reasonable, depending upon what side of the equation you might be on. And I think he's dead wrong. I think they need to be cussed out. If you see them in the damn supermarket, call them out. If you see them on TV or you see them telling a lie right to your face, call them out.
Well,
if they sat there talking about potholes, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
He sat there talking about potholes and never mentioned them humps in the middle of the street that he created. Never mentioned one dime being spent on those bike paths. Not one. If we had more bike riders than we had potholes, I would be along with it. But I'm sorry, we don't. And how many, like you said, what are they riding on? Jet skis? No, they run over those potholes. They avoid them just like the rest of us. But they don't walk into the 311 and tell them, listen, there's a big-ass pothole on Main Street. Go fix it. No, they leave that to us. And you know why?
Why?
Because only open mouths get fed.
Right.
So completely abused.
Caller.
Psychotic.
Caller, you raising some right point. And many of the answers that you're talking about, for those who are sitting in the seats right now, yeah, they owe us an answer. But when you had
They have always owed us an answer.
yeah, but here's the thing. You know, we can't be saying, well, you owe us an answer. If they don't answer you, what do? You don't vote for them. You don't have to curse them out.
You have the same mouth with a different face. We have not had a different quality of representation in 40, 60 years.
Okay, but the weight card comes back on those who know that to do the organizing in the community to get people to move towards that.
Role in Buffalo, brother?
Say that again?
How long have you been an organizer in Open Buffalo? No, I'm sorry. It's Citizen Action.
No. You can't pin. See, you can't pin me down to anywhere because I'm just a concerned citizen and I'm everywhere. I'm dealing in our community. I don't have no limitation. I don't have no pet peeve.
I did not say that you did have a
No. But what I'm saying is,
how long have you been organizing these voices that have been shunted? They have been absolutely shunted.
Well, but wait a minute. The question is not how long I've been doing it. It what is the result if we're doing it together? What it's like.
I'm glad you said if.
Mm-hmm.
It's when we do it together, not if we do it together. It's when we do it together.
Well, then you should be speaking to me how we do that because see, it's one thing to say what we ought to do and be doing that.
I did not say any odds at all.
I know it. I'm saying to you that many of the things that you're saying, as correct as you believe them to be, the real essence of that comes in you doing the work to help others understand it so that the strength grows in the knowledge and we can do more when people can't do what they don't know. A lot of people know stuff, they know it, but they don't share it, and they fail to lead others to it. A lot of time, you got a lot of individuals say, well, this ought to happen. You ask them who you help organize, who you running with,
Right.
What efforts have they led? They can talk about everybody's action and stuff, but then when you look, where's their action? That's all I'm saying. But I welcome. Listen, you sound what you're saying, and originally I was just wanting you to know I'm not like that. There's a lot of organizations that I know of and will help do shoulder work because I'm doing shoulder work. I'm not one of those to say I'm standing on those shoulders that went ahead of us. I know you weren't. Listen, we're on the same page. I don't think you are doing that. I'm just pushing in alongside with you because we both.
I think that what you're doing is stalling.
On what?
You're stalling.
On
because
what?
Those pastors in those pulpits are not talking about potholes. They're not talking about the elected officials or.
But that's a different subject you
They're
just
not
went
talking
to.
about the issue.
Hold on.
Okay,
You
we got
apples
you.
and oranges
But you
now,
know
right
what?
now.
Let us cut it here, and I'm gonna invite
Got
you
another
to the
caller?
show, and we could talk more. But I want you to understand, I love a feisty discussion that we can have. But right now, we need to bring on another caller.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I think you might. Well, good.
Okay, you got my contact. Hit me up, and I'll get you on.
Next caller, you're on here on the Jim Anderson Show. It's part of the shakeup. We're on the Jim Anderson Show. What's your opinion? Here we go. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson. How are you?
I'm
Sherry.
Good morning.
Hi, Sherry.
I just wanted to make sure that you can hear me. I hear a little bit of an echo, so I'll ignore that and just say what I called in to say. My
Yes.
name is Sherry Thoreau, and I'm the founder of Eastside Collaborative Partnership. We just held an East Side Addresses Town Hall and Buffalo Mayor Forum at the Meriwether Library last Wednesday. The date was March 5th. And it was a great turnout, but just as importantly, many issues were raised. I think there were about 56 issues, if I'm not mistaken, that were raised.
Wow.
And those issues are on a platform at Eastside Collaborative Partnership's Facebook page. That's going to be shared, and it's been shared to the public elected officials that represent Eastside, Buffalo, neighborhoods, communities, and districts. It's also obviously available to persons that don't live on the east side, but it's still East Side residents to check that list out and add any issues that are not listed there, because this is for a better Buffalo. It is time for a new Buffalo. It is time for the East Side to be revitalized and for we to become energized so that we ensure our community also takes part and benefits from the renaissance that other sections of the city are seeing. And I'll close with this. There is going to be another mayoral forum when we know who's going to be on the ballot. But I want to say to Mr. Austin Martin, thank you so very much, sir, for your outstanding contribution.
Great job.
And co-hosting part of it, but also for moderating specifically the Mayor Forum. You brought a dynamic, creative, vibrant, professional, innovative voice and perspective to that event. And I'm so grateful to you, and we thank you so much for all you do to keep our community moving forward, but also to motivate, encourage, and even challenge young persons in our community and throughout the city to continue to be involved, even ramp it up, kick it up a notch, get more involved, because you're not just our future, you're our present. And we're trying to make a better Buffalo, better future, and even a better right now for you all. And look, you're even in the fight. You're incredible. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you, Ms. Sherry. I'm going to reply just for a second, and then I'll let anybody else that wants to jump in. Have a good one, and I really appreciate you for calling in. I appreciate the opportunity for it, and I do hope that, kind of what I said in the beginning, I do hope that my actions and the way I was able to hopefully moderate that in a way that reflected the gratitude of me even having that opportunity. I wanted to do a high-level job. I wanted to give people a chance to be heard, and I'll even turn the flowers to say that it does take, like we just talked about, it's easy for everybody in Buffalo to sit here and say we should be talking, but as a community, we ought to be giving you some flowers to say that, rather than saying that we should be talking, creating a platform for people to talk in. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for working hard to make that event happen. I hope that, there are future events in the future. And if that opportunity for me to moderate future events will be available, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. But I think that it did give us a great chance to be able to hear some real issues. And just to comment on the other caller too, for what you were saying, I do think that it's important that we are upfront and honest, and we shouldn't have to change or cater the way that we speak to make politicians comfortable. But this is what I would challenge on that one issue, right? If we know that stalking people down and yelling at them and cursing them out isn't going to necessarily make them want to help you. If we
language and back into a but soft answer turns away wrath, and also don't let profane words and filthy communication come out of our mouth. We can get our point across in a whisper if we're saying the right words and not backing about trying to get our